Alrighty guys, thanks you for joining me again. I'm Hunter Wilkins, this is Father and Forge. The project today, I got to finish up that banana hanger for my actual paying customer, and then we're going to work on just kind of like an everyday carry for my wife. So she wanted something similar to the last chopper that I made, but it's going to be a little bit smaller, and it's going to be a little bit more refined. I'm going to try to do a like a rock pattern in the blade as well. So that's the plan. We're going to do 1095. I'm not going to worry about scales today or anything. I'm going to try to take my time on the blade itself and really trying to just, back myself up and slow down, because I tend to get in a rush, and I think I'm putting out as good of stuff or good a product as I could if I just take my time and really slow down. So that is the plan for today. Let's get started. I'm going to get the forge fired up and we're just going to go. So allow me to elaborate real quick. I know forge is going in the background, it's kind of loud, but so this was the last chopper that I did. It's beefy. I left it really rough. I should have really grinded up these bevels a lot more. It's still very beveled, and it's very sharp. I've chopped a bunch of branches with this recently and still been able to shave hair off my arm with it. So it's a good edge, it's a good knife. It looks rough, and that's kind of how I intended it. On the knife that I'm making is going to be very similar, slightly smaller blade. It's only going to be about 4.5 inches. This point here, I'm going to try to draw back a little bit further onto the spine, and it's not going to be as much of a clip point. So that's kind of the idea. The scales will be, or the handle will be very similar shape. Scales are going to have a little bit of a different cut-in kind of pattern. But that's going to be that'll be on a different video for sure. So today we're really just focusing on blade shape, profile, and yeah, that's that. So here we go. It's like 85 degrees right now, maybe higher, I don't know. It was like 85 just when I went to the store to get my propane, so it's probably hotter now. So like I would say is if you're doing this and you're in hot weather like I am here in Florida, drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. I'm dying right now. This is a lot of work, so I'm just taking my time, which is good anyway, because as I talked about earlier, I really need to kind of step back and slow down. So I'm really trying to get my preform really nice. It looks a little rough right now, but I'm still in the process of cleaning it up, so we're just going to keep going at it bit by bit, and hopefully at the end of the day we have a nice little knife shape going. Got it about to the size that I want, so I'm going to trim down the handle section to get it close to where it needs to be in the end. It's going pretty well so far. I'm trying to keep everything nice and clean. I will have a lot of stuff to remove on the grinder later, but I've got my new Red Label Abrasives edge core ceramic belts, so I'm looking forward to using those in a real application and not just testing them. So I've got those, that should be fine. Basically, I'm just trying to keep everything nice and tight and small. Normally my brain just likes really big knives, so it's kind of hard to taper back and work on something that's on the smaller side. So this blade's only about 4.5 inches, I think I said, and the handle is going to be like 4 inches. So yeah. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time cleaning up the shape, but it's going pretty good. Alright, so I'm all set to go to the grinder. Got my rough form forged out. I definitely got a lot of grinding to do, but it's going pretty well so far. I'm happy with it. It's nice and small, which is where I was trying to keep it, which was actually quite a challenge. You know, like I said, I guess I just really like to make big knives. But so I'm gonna jump on the grinder. As most of you who have watched my other videos know, this is like my weakest area. So definitely something I need to practice on. I do have my new belts from Red Label Abrasives, the edge core ceramic, which those I tested them out the other day and they worked out fantastic. So I have high hopes that these are going to help make this process a lot faster, a lot more accurate, and give me a lot more control in the grind. So because this is one of my weaker areas, it's time now for me to channel my inner Jason Knight. Here we go, summoning my inner Jason Knight. I feel 10 times cooler already. Alright, that's enough rough grinding. I'll show you the results of that in a second. I'm going to go for a heat treat, and then, you know, a couple days, tomorrow maybe, who knows, I got to temper it, and then we'll do the handle fit up, another video. So this is going to be the last part of this video. We're going to go ahead and get this thing heat treated, ready to go. Alright, so I've done the last thermocycle. That's the blade. It's a smaller knife, if you can see that. I'll show you after the quench. But yeah, so this heat I'm going for the quench. Did a little rock patterning on the blade there. Those belts worked much better than my other belts. Super happy with those. So alright, I'm going to heat this thing back up again. We're going to go for the quench, and then make sure we don't have any warps and everything, and then basically we'll just finish up another day doing the fit up. I am going to put my welding gloves on just in case there is a flare up. You usually see me put gloves on when I do the heat treat. It's just because, just in case there's a big flare up, I don't want to burn the shit out of my hands and drop the knife. I don't see any warps, so that's good. The blade is hard. Looks good. Clean it up, let it cool off, and then I'll show you the results. Alright, so here's where we're at right now. I lost some of the darker color that I wanted to keep in here, so that sets that rock kind of pattern out. I might have to go back, talking with some other buddies on Instagram, see if I can do a like an oil rub after I temper. But the edges are going to be shined up. I'm going to clean those up really quick. I'm just going to do that off camera real quick, and then I'm going to show you so you can see kind of the contrast. So give me one second. Alright, so this is where we're at right now. You can see this looks a lot different than when I started. I actually ended up kind of reprofiling it on the grinder a little bit because it wasn't like my wife didn't like it. This is the what I was making. I was kind of making in the hopes that it would be more functional for her, but you know, sometimes I forget, you know, it's not what you think necessarily, it's what the customer thinks. And in this case, the customer is my wife, and so I redesigned the profile. I brought this tip, gave it a little bit more curve up. I actually brought this little fin thing back. I pulled it, it was like back here, I pulled it up here. So I just did a lot of stock removal, and then I added in the rock pattern, which you can't really see too well. I could have gone deeper on it, I guess. I do have to darken that up. That'll probably be post-temper or during temper somehow. Not exactly sure yet. I'm still trying to work that part out. But it's got a fatter little handle, but that's basically it. So this is just kind of like a nice little everyday carry knife for her. I'm sure she'll be using it in the kitchen and all that kind of stuff too. It's not, you know, it's more like a you know, nice little fighting knife, but it's small, it's effective, it's pretty much what I was going for. I'm happy with that design. I'm very, very happy with those belts. Those edge core belts made this beveling a million times easier. I was able to achieve that much, much faster and with much more accuracy. So that was fantastic. So that's the knife so far. I'm gonna get it in for a temper, and then we're gonna have to do the fit up on it. She's already got some scales picked out. I'll show you those in the next video, and until next time, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, check me out on Patreon. I'm always active on Instagram, so I love to see new stuff. I love to follow other blacksmiths. If you're other blacksmith, follow me there. I'll follow you back. I'm always looking for new tips and stuff and how to do things a little bit better, because I am an amateur and I am learning as I go. So that's that. Again, if you like this, please like and subscribe. And I thank you once again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I wear my Jason Knight hat then too. How about that?